Hello, YouTube, and welcome to the Credit Boom channel. This is Angel, and I come to you guys once a week on Mondays to discuss everything related to credit education. It is my passion and goal to show and teach everyone how credit works. No schools, no universities have ever taught credit, so I'm taking that responsibility to share with you the struggles that I went through with my credit so you don't have to. Guys, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and that like button. This helps the channel reach out to a greater audience and helps the channel grow. Guys, this week's video, I'm gonna be a little bit off topic. I wanna be able to, pretty much in a nutshell, show you value on how and why credit is important. Unfortunately, the majority of us have bad credit because we were never taught credit. I learned the hard way. No one taught me how credit, how credit works, and what you have to do to get to have a good credit score. Think about it this way: the system is designed for the majority of the population to have bad credit. Because if that wasn't the case, we would have been taught during school. Like when we go to school and they teach us English, they teach us math, history, we would have had a topic on credit. But we didn't. And no schools or universities teach it till today because the system is designed that way. Because think about it. If they had a course on credit, everybody would be good at it. And everybody would have an excellent credit score. And the banks would have to give the best rates to everybody. So the economy wouldn't be an economy because everybody is perfect and everybody's getting the best rates. The banks would go out of business. So, guys, the system is designed for people, the general population, to have bad credit. So with bad credit, unfortunately, you don't get the best out of life. And that's sad to say because not most of us, don't understand credit and how it works. And I went through it the hard way. In 2008 when I lost everything, I had a repo, bankruptcy. I was down there. I mean, I started at a 504. I thank God every day. I'm at 817 today. It's because I learned the hard way. And my job, my goal, my passion is to show you guys how the credit game works. And once you understand that, in my opinion, it'll be a lot easier. And once you know how to do something or understand how it works, you get to play the game and become good at it. What payment history represents in your credit score, which is 35%. Credit utilization, the amount of balance owed per credit card, that's 30%. So right there, guys, that's 65% of your credit score. And not the majority of us know that or understand that, and therefore can understand why our credit score is not where it needs to be when the day comes when we need to buy the house that we want or buy the car that we want. And yeah, we'll qualify because it's not perfect, but we don't get the best deals. Remember, guys, when the score is lower, the interest rate is higher, so you're paying a lot more money for something that if you had a good credit score, it would have cost you less. So my focus is to go down straight to the basics in a nutshell, show you how credit works. Now, for those of you that currently have a bad credit score, what can we do to improve on that? And my suggestion is we're going to have to, unfortunately, to get there, we have to come up with a plan. And what worked for me was a budget plan. I budget, all my credit were at maxed out. Some of them were charge-offs. And I had to sit down on the table with my wife and create a budget. And this, for example, this how much for groceries, this much for the telephone bill, this much. We had to go in detail, and then with that written down, come up with a plan. And we had to hunker down. We had to hunker down. We had to get rid of some luxuries in order to get rid of the debt that we had, and then therefore improving our finances and obviously getting rid of debt. Now, once you do this, and again, it's on the mindset, and you change the way you think, and not use credit as a daily expense. Like, what I mean by that is, all right, I have $1,000 credit card. That means I have $1,000 to use. That was the most difficult time for me to accept and learn that habit. Was, the bank is looking at how I manage my expenses, my debt, and therefore they'll look at, okay, this individual was extended credit for $1,000 and it's always at the limit. He's not a good candidate for credit, and that's what they look at, and then that scenario assigns you a credit score. And if your utilization, in that case, that example, your utilization is 100%, you're maxing everything out, your score is at the bottom. So what worked for me in the beginning was to try to bring the debt down to 20% utilization. So $1,000 credit card, the most I would owe on it is $200, 20% utilization. Obviously, the lower the utilization is, the better it is. And then I will show you how you can increase those credit card limits, not to use more of it, but to have a better utilization so your credit score can go up. And that was the most difficult part for me, was to understand that. And since I wasn't taught, I learned the hard way. So creditors look at this score, this 3-digit number, which is offered by the credit bureaus, in this case Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, to determine whether you're credit worthy or not. And the only way you're going to get there is by showing them that you know how to control your debt, okay? And again, it's a game. This credit deal is a game. You have to play it as such, and it's a game for adults, pretty much. And once you get this game practically mastered, because you're practicing because you don't know how credit works, but once you get this where it needs to be, oh man, the leverage that you will be able to obtain is huge. And creditors look at, obviously we talked about utilization and payment history, but they want to know that you have revolving accounts, which are credit cards, installment accounts, which are your loans, your car payments, your auto loans, your mortgages, anything that you pay per monthly, which is the same amount a month, is considered an installment loan. So they want to see a combination of both. They want to see revolving and installments. They want to see multiple of those accounts, which shows them, that you have the ability to manage your debt. And again, the credit cards is what raises or lowers your credit score more effective. Installment, not as much, but the idea of having both increases that score, if that makes sense. So keeping your credit cards, again, revolving accounts with low balances, which will give you better utilization, which will increase your credit score. Personally, I like to keep mine at 2%. Okay, I would never hardly go more than 10% on a credit card if I need to use it. And again, as a rule of thumb, every 3 months, every 90 days, I ask for a credit increase on the credit cards that I have. Why? Because it gives you access to more credit. and it doesn't affect your credit score. It doesn't affect, they don't do an inquiry. You can, in 90 days, I literally asked for for my existing open credit card accounts for a credit limit increase. And the higher the limit is, the more of that credit card you can use, again, with the idea keeping it between 2 to 10%. So I have a $20,000 credit limit on a credit card account. 10% of 20,000 is 2,000. So I can use that up to 2,000, and then my credit score is not affected. You follow what I'm trying to say, if that makes sense? So, and again, you can't do this in a couple of days. This takes time. You start with, with the opening, with the accounts that you have open now, we want to get that balance down to 20%, okay? Once you do that, you're gonna see how your credit score goes up. Now, if you have any installment accounts, auto loan mortgages, great. Keep making those payments. If you don't have that, it's a good idea to have them both. And guys, in this week's video, I wanted to come off topic because I wanted to go back down to basics. I wanted to show more value of how credit works. I thought this was important. I don't think this information is out there enough of how credit works. So my gut feeling this week was to talk about this. And again, I hope this information helps out or helps anyone that's listening or watching or listening to this video in any way. Those of you with bad credit right now, my suggestion would be to create a budget, okay? If you need help with that, I can assist you. You can reach out to me on my email listed below, and I will help you with that budget. And why we're going to do this budget is because we're going to see how much money's coming in and how much money's going out. And then whatever necessary, whatever adjustments we have to do so you can have a surplus of money coming in and not as much as going out. And then we can utilize that surplus to get your debt down on those revolving credit card accounts to raise your credit score. And we can do this many ways. We can, obviously, the old-fashioned ways to pay more and bring the debt down, or requesting a credit limit increase, or adding a trade line. Adding a trade line with a high credit amount will increase your utilization, therefore giving you a better score, which will put you in a better position to ask for that credit card increase, which most likely will happen. If you're at the limit, or if all your cards are at the limit and you're asking for that limit increase, most likely it's not going to happen. So you would have to add the trade line first to make it go up. And also, if there's any negative information on the credit file, that also will make it difficult to go up as well, which I can show you how we can get rid of that negative information. Guys, I am coming up with an education platform. Is a simple self-help, step-by-step credit education course. It pretty much on step-by-step shows you what you need to do to get whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish for. And I felt necessary to put this on a platform where everybody can use this information to better themselves, to improve their credit, therefore reaching having a better lifestyle for themselves. And I think it's important, and everybody should have access to this. It's not available yet. It is coming soon. It is this education platform that I have created with the experiences that I had to go through with my credit, which was from a 504, and which I have it at an 817 today. Guys, if you like what you hear, if you felt that this in any way was any value for you, please list any comments below. Give me a like. This will help the channel, again, reach out to a greater audience, and help the channel grow. pretty much. Guys, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Sorry for going off topic. This is what my gut feeling told me to talk about in today's video, and I don't think it's said enough. So again, my goal today was to show you value. I hope this information helped you in any way. Guys, please don't forget to leave any comments below. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week on Monday. Guys, thank you. I really appreciate you. I love you guys. If there's anything you need from me or you want to talk about, again, please leave any comments below. I'll see you next week. Take care.